Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta 29, Mahasarupama Sutta, the greater discourse on the simile of the hardwood. Thus have I heard. On one occasion, the Blessed One was living at Rajagaha on the mountain Vulture Peak. It was soon after Devadatta had left. There, referring to Devadatta, the Blessed One addressed the monks thus: Monks, here some clansman goes forth out of faith from the home life into homelessness. Considering I am a victim of birth, aging and death, of sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief and despair. I am a victim of suffering, a prey to suffering. Surely an ending of this whole mass of suffering can be known. When he has gone forth thus, he acquires gain, honor and renown. He is pleased with that gain, honor and renown, and his intention is fulfilled. On account of it, he lauds himself and disparages others thus: I have gain, honor and renown, but these other monks are unknown, of no account. He becomes intoxicated with that gain, honor and renown, grows negligent, falls into negligence, and being negligent, he lives in suffering. Suppose a man needing hardwood, seeking hardwood, wandering in search of hardwood, came to a great tree standing possessed of hardwood. Passing over its hardwood, its sapwood, its inner bark and its outer bark, he would cut off its twigs and leaves and take them away, thinking they were hardwood. Then a man with good sight, seeing him, might say, this good man did not know the hardwood, the sapwood, the inner bark, the outer bark, or the twigs and leaves. Thus, while needing hardwood, seeking hardwood, wandering in search of hardwood, he came to a great tree standing possessed of hardwood, and passing over its hardwood, its sapwoods, its inner bark and its outer bark, he cut off its twigs and leaves and took them away, thinking they were hardwood. Whatever it was this good man had to make with hardwood, his purpose will not be served. So too monks, here some clansman goes forth out of faith, etc. And when he has gone forth, he acquires gain, honor and renown, and he is pleased with that gain, honor and renown, etc. This monk is called one who has taken the twigs and leaves of the holy life and stopped short with that. Stop here for a moment. So here the Buddha initially referred to Devadatta. Devadatta is one of his disciples who, because of fame, became egoistic and wanted to take the Buddha's place as leader of the Sangha. And because of his ambition, which the Buddha rejected, he planned to kill the Buddha. After that, he created a schism of the Sangha, split the Sangha, and for which he had to go to hell. So this gain, honor and renown, the Buddha compares with the twigs and leaves of a huge, great tree having possessed of hardwood, but somebody not realizing where the hardwood is takes away the twigs and leaves which are utterly useless. So the Buddha is saying that gain, honor and renown is compared to twigs and leaves of that huge tree, not important at all. Then the Buddha continues, here monks, some clansman goes forth out of faith from the home life into homelessness, considering I am a victim of birth, aging and death, of sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief and despair, a victim of suffering, etc. And then when he has gone forth thus, he acquires gain, honor and renown. And then he is not pleased with that. He does not become intoxicated with that gain, honor and renown. He is diligent and achieves the attainment of virtue. He is pleased with the attainment of virtue and his intention is fulfilled. On account of it, he lauds himself and disparages others thus: I am virtuous, of good character, but these other monks are immoral, of evil character. He becomes intoxicated with the attainment of virtue, grows negligent, falls into negligence, and being negligent, he lives in suffering. Suppose a man needing hardwood, seeking hardwood, wandering in search of hardwood, came to a great tree standing possessed of hardwood. Passing over its hardwood, its sapwood, and its inner bark, he would cut off its outer bark and take it away, thinking it was hardwood. So in the same way, some monk goes forth out of faith from the home life into homelessness, and then he acquires this gain, honor and renown. But after that, he's not content with that. He is diligent and attains virtue. Virtue here means keeping the moral precepts, keeping the Patimokkha rules and the Vinaya rules, etc. So he is content with that. So this monk is called one who has taken the outer bark of the holy life and stopped short with that. Here monk, some clansman goes forth out of faith from the home life into homelessness, considering I'm a victim of birth, aging and death, etc. Then after that, he acquires gain, honor and renown. He's not pleased or content with that. Then he's diligent and attains virtue. And then also, he's not content with that. He does not grow negligent. Being diligent, he achieves the attainment of concentration. And he's pleased with the attainment of concentration. And his intention is fulfilled. On account of it, he lauds himself and disparages others. Thus, I am concentrated, my mind is unified. But these other monks are unconcentrated, with minds astray. So he becomes intoxicated with that attainment, grows negligent. Suppose a man needing hardwood, seeking hardwood, came to a great tree possessed of hardwood. Passing over its hardwood and its sapwood, he would cut off its inner bark and take it away, thinking it was hardwood. In the same way, a monk goes forth and he stops short when he attains concentration. This monk is called one who has taken the inner bark of the holy life and stopped short with that. Here monk, some clansman goes forth out of faith from the home life into homelessness, considering I am a victim of birth, aging and death, etc. He acquires gain, honor and renown. Then he is diligent and attains virtue. And then after that, he attains concentration. But he is not content there. Being diligent, he achieves knowledge and vision. He is pleased with that knowledge and vision, and his intention is fulfilled. On account of it, he lauds himself and disparages others, and becomes negligent, falls into negligence. Suppose a man needing hardwood, seeking hardwood, in the same way came to a great tree possessed of hardwood, and then he passed over his hardwood, and would cut off its sapwood and taking it away, thinking it was hardwood. So in the same way, a monk who stops short when he achieves knowledge and vision is called one who has taken the hardwood of the holy life and stopped short with that. Here monk, some clansman goes forth out of faith from the home life into homelessness, considering I am a victim of birth, aging and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief and despair. I am a victim of suffering, a prey to suffering. Surely an ending of this whole mass of suffering can be known. When he has gone forth thus, he acquires gain, honor and renown. He is not pleased with that gain, honor and renown, and his intention is not fulfilled. And when he is diligent, he attains the attainment of virtue. He is pleased with the attainment of virtue, but his intention is not fulfilled. Then he is diligent and he achieves the attainment of concentration. He is pleased with the attainment of concentration, but his intention is not fulfilled. And then he is diligent and achieves knowledge and vision. He is pleased with that knowledge and vision, but his intention is not fulfilled. He does not, on account of it, laud himself and disparage others. He does not become intoxicated with that knowledge and vision. He does not grow negligent and fall into negligence. Being diligent, he attains perpetual liberation, and it's impossible for that monk to fall away from that perpetual deliverance. Suppose a man needing hardwood, seeking hardwood, wandering in search of hardwood, came to a great tree standing possessed of hardwood, and cutting off only its hardwood, he would take it away, knowing it was hardwood. Then a man with good sight, seeing him, might say, this good man knew the hardwood, the sapwood, the inner bark, the outer bark, and the leaf, and the twigs and leaves. Thus, while needing hardwood, seeking hardwood, wandering in search of hardwood, he came to a great tree standing possessed of hardwood, and cutting off only its hardwood. He took it away knowing it was hardwood. Whatever it was, this good man had to make with hardwood, his purpose will be served. So too monks, here some clansman goes forth out of faith, and then he practices until he attains perpetual liberation. And it is impossible for that monk to fall away from that perpetual deliverance. So this holy life, monks, does not have gain, honor and renown for its benefit, or the attainment of virtue for its benefit, or the attainment of concentration for its benefit, or knowledge and vision for its benefit. But it is this unshakable deliverance of mind that is the goal of this holy life, its hardwood and its end. That is what the Blessed One said. The monks were satisfied and delighted in the Blessed One's words. So here we find that the Buddha is talking about the different stages of attainment of a monk, and he practices the holy life. First he acquires gain, honor and renown, but that is likened to the twigs and leaves of a great tree. And secondly, he can attain virtue or moral conduct, and that the Buddha likens to the outer bark of a great tree. Thirdly, he can attain concentration, the third stage. But concentration is likened to the inner bark of a huge tree by the Buddha. And then fourthly, he can attain knowledge and vision. And this knowledge and vision is considered to be the sapwood of the holy life, just like the sapwood of a huge tree. And then lastly, he can attain perpetual liberation. And this perpetual liberation, the Buddha calls the hardwood of this huge tree. So these are the 5 attainments that the Buddha has mentioned here. Now, gain, honor, and renown, the first stage we all know, becoming famous. The second stage is virtue or moral conduct. As I mentioned just now, for a monk, moral conduct or virtue means keeping the Vinaya rules according to the Vinaya Pitaka, the 6 books of the Vinaya Pitaka, which includes the 227 precepts of a Theravada monk. And then the third stage is concentration. What is concentration? In the commentaries, they do not mention, they do not say what is meant by concentration here. And after that, the fourth stage is knowledge and vision. According to the commentaries, this refers to the heavenly eye or the divine eye, a type of psychic power where that monk can see heavenly beings and see ghosts and all that, spiritual beings. And then lastly, perpetual liberation, according to the commentary, refers to the 4 parts, the 4 fruits and Nibbana. The 4 parts and 4 fruits are the Aryan stages, the 8 Aryan stages. If we compare this to other suttas in the Nikayas, then it is possible to say that concentration here may refer to the jhanas. And knowledge and vision refers to the 4 parts and the 3 fruits, short of arahanthood. And perpetual liberation, the hardwood of the holy life, refers to arahanthood, because arahanthood is the unshakable liberation of mind that is mentioned in this last paragraph. So whatever it is, this sutta is saying basically that we should not be content, a monk practicing the holy life should not be content and rest at the various stages along the way, but to aim for the highest, which is perpetual liberation of the mind, arahanthood.